Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful, fantabulous, and mystical day over on the mystical side of life. I haven't posted in a while. I've been really busy, and COVID hit and all of that jazz, and whatever. But if you guys are interested, I am continuing this study with me episode from half a million years ago. But unfortunately, I lost all the footage, so I got to make it over again. I'm just gonna go quick run through speed run on how I made this piece and what you can do to make your own um, anime girl that is attractive. All right, so let's kick it off. So at the moment, I'm actually using some of the techniques that I had learned a little while back, which is using values to be able to determine like the colors and how they look and how they blend into each other and mesh. So I'm actually going through the entire image and I'm just putting in flats. I'm referencing the image by color picking. You guys can do that by just holding down the Alt button and it'll take up the little uh, eyedropper tool, and then you're just going to go ahead and select it. And then you open up the color spectrum and you kind of pick around. You'll probably see it pop up every once in a while. Essentially, that's what I'm doing. I'm working on this image in a 20% gradient, which is a control Y that I have it bound to. But if you don't know how to do that, you can go ahead and check it out on someone else's YouTube channel and give them some view or comment. I don't know. Just go check it out on their video. I can make a video on control Y a little bit later on, but right now I'm kind of trying to do a lot at once. This video is a little bit speedy, so you feel free to pause and rewind and anything else like that. So right now I just color pick different values on the from the left side, which is the original image of Krenz. I remember in my first video when I was talking about um, like kind of doing studies in the first place, you want to color pick a lot of stuff and reference things. And for the drawing portion, it's important to just kind of get the proportions down. But in this section, we're focusing on values. And the reason that we're using the control Y method is because we don't have to focus on colors. We're just focusing on values, and it changes all of the colors to values. And then we can color pick them, and they're going to be the same color, or at least the same value. And then we hit Control Y, and then it becomes color again because we were color picking it already. Um, it's important to note I'm not doing the entire painting as values. I just use that to kind of get the general feel of and like understand more or less the values and how they're being picked. But after I was actually color picking it, I realized that a lot of the image is really desaturated, kind of like how I did in my first run through of the study with me. And just kind of picking around. Now, I've kind of learned a lot of different techniques from a lot of different artists, and this technique that I'm using right now with the little gas mask that she has on is actually you're just doing like the highlighted areas, but then I realized that in on the left image that Krenz made is a little bit more blue rather than like the orangey kind of feeling that I got, and then my skin tone was also a little bit off. But yeah, at this point, we're starting to do a little bit of the breast area. Now, if you're familiar with anime, you know breasts are really important. Hashtag lots of plot. But it's it's just another part of the character in this scenario. And we're trying to kind of capture that feel, that soft kind of curve on in that centerpiece, and then also trying to emulate some of that original intent from Krenz's piece. Um, I do know that a lot of the stuff that I am doing is just kind of painting over mine and color picking. The purpose for that is because, like I said, I'm mainly just trying to train my eye to kind of feel the right colors and really get a better feel for how he picks the colors. And you don't see it right now because I've sped up the video, but in real time it took a little bit more time to actually try to understand what he was doing with the colors, and how why they were vibrating the way that they were. um, at the point in this piece, I realized that I shouldn't have merged all of the layers, and I'm going in and manually just kind of painting the hair, and then I'm gonna do that with the edge of the rim light and through the end of the piece, and then I'm gonna hit the color dodge to kind of blow it out a little bit and make it feel a little bit more like poppy. By the end of it, our piece is going to be a little bit more saturated than the original piece, but that's just because of my color preference. I like to edge a little bit more towards the saturated stuff just because it really pops. And on top of that, I was throwing color dodge on top of the image and brushing it in roughly so that I could get a better kind of color palette to work with. Something that pops a little bit more, because one thing that I learned was that images lie to you, and if they tell you that they're one color, they're actually not. And that's probably one of the biggest hurdles when dealing with digital artwork. Anyways, guys, hopefully that was a little bit of helpful. I know it was a 5-minute video, but I really just wanted to throw this video out because I hadn't uploaded part 2 and I lost the footage and I just felt bad. All right, guys, here's the results. As always, don't forget to stay mystical and stay posted. I'm going to be streaming soon, and just for future reference. By the way, I didn't make the drawing of the Krenz painting that I'm working on for this episode. Last episode I had, um, because I wanted to focus more on the actual painting aspect of the piece rather than focusing on the drawing portion of it. And remember, I did say before when we were doing the original Study With Me series, you have to separate the stages so that you can just focus on one thing. In case you guys would like to find this image, so you guys can do this on your own when you guys are studying and you guys want to learn how to draw hot anime girls, just go ahead and look up Krenz on Pinterest or Google. I'm sure you can find this image. Really easy to find. Originally, it is with like all of the other illustrations that he did for this like Tank Girl series, I believe it was. But if you aren't able to find it, just drop a comment down below. I'll drop a link to one that I save inside of some document on some cloud somewhere. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay mystical.